My Mobile Off-Road Training 2.0. We're in Biberach for the second time over May Day, and as you can see behind me, we have a lot of Xturas. We're doing driving training here, but we've also significantly expanded the program. Not just driving training, we also have recovery training, travel lectures, and even Thermomix demos in between, so it's a full program. Yes, we've doubled the capacity for the driving training this year. We have 2 full-day driving training sessions. In the full-day training, the owners drive their own vehicles. A group can have a maximum of 6 vehicles. That means we have 2 groups, so 12 owners in each. There are probably about 40 Xturas here, and we're doing this for 3 days. So 12 owners every day, and then our light training runs in parallel. Light training is for all those who don't have their own vehicle yet, but would like to try driving one. It's called light because it's shorter, only 2 hours. But you drive almost exactly the same things as in the full-day training, just not quite as often. Here too, we have 6 vehicles that we provide, 3 Xturas, 2 Norantz, 1 Dovra, so that the customers can really test everything. By the way, if you don't just want to drive the vehicles off-road, but also want to see them, you can do so at our place. And there are 2 trade fairs coming up soon. Very important, of course, is Abenteuer Allrad in Bad Kissingen at the beginning of June, the ultimate off-road fair. This year we have an impressive huge stand of our own with Xtura. It will actually be there twice, accompanied by both Norantz and Dovra. And after that, for the first time, we'll be at Adventure Southside in Friedrichshafen, also represented here with Xtura, Dovra and Norantz. Yes, by the way, we have customers from far away, as you can see here, too, even from the UK. We have customers from France, from Belgium, from Sweden, from Denmark. So the event is really picking up speed, and customers are really flocking in from far away. Yes, behind me you can now see the full-day group starting. The first one is already gone. The second one will start shortly after. We all have 2-way radios in the vehicles. The trainer gives a brief briefing at the front about what rules need to be followed and can then continue to give instructions and stay in touch via radio throughout the day during the training. There's really a lot going on here on the grounds. We don't just have the driving training, the vehicles you see there now, but if we look over there, we can see many, many more vehicles parked. We also have a parallel program. We still have the recovery course, and we also have many customers who just said, oh, we'll stay for all 3 days, the whole long weekend. One day we do the training, the next day we do the recovery course, and the third day we just take to exchange ideas with everyone else here. There's really a very clear focus on Dovra, Xtura and Norantz. So you immediately have a common topic to talk about, and there's plenty on offer here all day long. Yes, behind me we now see the driving training light group, so all those who aren't owners yet, first there's a quick driver briefing, and then everyone will be handed a key and can hop into one of the 6 test vehicles. We'll be rotating through them though, so everyone gets a chance to drive an Xtura, a Dovra and a Norantz. So now we have some people here with red cards. Red means they have their own Xtura.
Exactly.
How was it today?
It was simply, excuse my language, absolutely fantastic. It was a truly remarkable and rewarding experience. We realized today that the car can do significantly more than we can. It is clear that the car, that we can really trust the vehicle 100%, and we partly went well beyond our own limits at the very beginning. By the time we reached the end, we became more and more confident and did things that we thought at the beginning we would never have actually driven or even attempted.
Also, Nick, our guide, was absolutely super incredibly pleasant. There he comes now. Very pleasant and very calm. And then he said, just like that, well, you can do a driver change now. And I also dared to, also because of the good guidance here from the young man. And my husband also motivated me then. So it was really great.
Nice. That was also a reason for the Xtura, so that you can drive too. On normal roads, that was now...
Right.
Even off-road. Then we can really put a check mark next to that. You'll still be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Taking part in the recovery training?
That's right.
There's also quite a bit more to see. I promise you that.
Soon.
To it. Although we've always intended not to get stuck in the first place.
But it's nice to watch others for once, to see what they're doing.
Yes, but we have much planned. We want to go to Iceland next year. We're coming along on the Romania tour.
Correct?
Deep in Transylvania.
And we also want to include Norway and Morocco is on the list as well. Yes, so there's quite a bit.
Those are big plans coming up. Nice.
Exactly.
So all the best for the travels. Have a nice evening today. And then we're happy that you're here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Super.
A major highlight for many customers is, of course, that we have Frank Lessmann back on board with us. Frank Lessmann is the chief developer at Xtura, and I'll call him the father of the Xtura. It really is his baby. He also spends a significant amount of time on the road with the vehicle himself. And it undoubtedly enriches our event immensely to have this Xtura expert and specialist with us. We've just managed to catch up with him for a quick interview. Frank, we have you with us again this year for the second time. Last year you were here and took part in the driving training. This year you're primarily involved in the recovery training. Yesterday as well. What were the experiences like?
It was an exciting day. It was quite dusty afterwards. No, but it's great that I can be here again. It's a lot of fun.
We're very happy that you're here.
The community has grown huge, hasn't it? Last year it was so small, and now it's really become a proper big event. Yeah, really great. Yeah, we did recovery training yesterday. It was a nice topic. We've been offering the recovery equipment that you can get from us for well over half a year now, simply because that stuff is needed on many trips. And then people always stand there in awe of all these technical materials, thinking, oh, why on earth do I need that? Or what is it good for?
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday we really learned quite impressively in theory, first of all, what situations can happen and how you help yourself out of those situations again. And the practical part in the afternoon was particularly exciting, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can actually successfully tow an Xtura all the way up a steep mountain trail somewhere, yeah. And exactly what kind of helpful tips and tricks you'll need to do it correctly to protect the gear so that in the end, nothing more is broken than what already happened through the, let's say it's not an accident, but through the getting stuck anyway. So it was a highly interesting day, and I found all the participants to be super engaged. A lot of fun. Yes, and
it was also intended as a bit of a level 2. We have many who were here last year. They might not do another driving training session. A bit of an advanced course, yeah. The next thing is, when I go off-road, how do I get myself out again?
It's also the case that most people, no matter what vehicle they're in, driving, that's something people know. So it drives, you're at the wheel, you do something. And last year we learned what great things are possible, yeah, what this vehicle can actually really do, right? And this year it was really that little bit extra, as we said. Now I'm in a predicament, and nobody really thinks about that. So driving, yes, but like, what happens to me if I'm stuck there awkwardly? What can I do then? Furthermore, our goal is not to instill a sense of fear in people, but to provide them with highly effective and practical tools to work with.
Yeah, that's right.
To give them options for how to free themselves. And to manage and handle the technology that is available in a sensible and correct way. So everyone took a lot away from it. It was a great day.
We also tested this kinetic recovery rope yesterday. We left the Xtura in the sand once with a rigid rope. Almost nothing moves, and with the kinetic one, it just goes pop. You also offer that in your kit, the kinetic rope. So it was really impressive to see that difference.
Yes, that was really an exciting moment, because the towing vehicle digs itself in with a rigid rope, yes. Unable to escape.
Yes.
But the physical dynamics, or the kinetic energy, that forward momentum, is actually used then to not get stuck yourself and to successfully liberate the one being towed. That worked well. I saw many amazed faces.
Absolutely. Moving away from recovery training to the Xtura in general. We were at the factory recently and saw a few small innovations that haven't been communicated at all yet. Grey logo, for example. The starter battery is now shown at the top of the display. They're small things, but it's always one more tweak. Is there anything else we don't know yet?
Yes, we just make many small changes almost permanently. Minor, subtle improvements that you wouldn't necessarily notice in your daily life so much. With the grey logo, that...
Who did you exactly copy that from?
That was something that we actually never wanted for us, because our signet, our logo in blue and red, is a fixed brand, and, well, we just didn't want to distort it in any way. But we're offering it in anthracite grey now.
Fits the Xtura better.
It's naturally quite a bit more subtly fitting.
Yes.
But apart from these aesthetic things, I think there's one innovation that's really technically interesting. I get asked a lot about it by Xtura buyers. We've received a new battery generation from Victron. And are unfortunately forced to move away from our 330 battery. I liked it much better. It was relatively compact, but a bit taller. But now they're moving more towards these standard dimensions, and they're less tall and wider instead. That means we had to change a few things regarding battery technology. Instead of the 330 ampere hour battery as standard, we now have 2 times 200 ampere hours as standard.
They go in the back side by side.
They stand there side by side in the power supply cabinet.
For the third battery, many customers then ask me, where does it go?
There's a new spot. It's currently in development, coming soon. It will be positioned in the central area, right above the water technology.
Above one of the 2 batteries, that's not possible space-wise.
So we've turned them in all directions. Sadly, that's not possible. We get that a lot. Any other way? No, unfortunately not. And we can't pack it too tightly either, because in this cabinet you have these thick cables where a lot of power really goes through. And that really has to be laid out cleanly and neatly. We can't just squeeze or push anything there. That all has to be quite precise.
The garage is large, so it's also okay if the battery is in there. Yes, the next time we see each other will be at Abenteuer Allrad. Xtura has its own booth.
Of course.
With Xtura.
A really nice booth. We have many different products here this year, actually. We're going to do a little bit of advertising now. We'll be offering navigation training together with Garmin. So how do I use maps? How do I navigate off-road? We're going to get some real insights there. That's going to be quite exciting. We're going to do about 2 training sessions, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, and we'll do...
Us too. We also have our own booth. We've placed ourselves very close to yours. We have our own booth because we have other brands with us. Dovra and Norantz, also the Xtura. And then we'll see what we can achieve there together.
Exactly, we're neighbors, so it's like one big family. It fits.
Yes. Thank you very much and keep having fun.
Yep.
We're here in the hangar now, so we have a dry place in case of bad weather, which luckily we didn't have, neither this time nor last time. The highlight here is definitely that we're offering a recovery training talk over 3 days, theory in the morning and practice in the afternoon, every day, and you don't need to sign up. Anyone who's here can simply join in. In parallel, the driver briefing for the full day training sessions takes place here in the morning. We have our Thermomix ladies who are providing us with lunch here. And we also had Morocco travel talks from a customer who took his Xtura on a guided trip to Morocco. The recovery training was led by 2 of our Xtura customers who have also been professionally involved in off-roading themselves. And we even had a big Unimog there, as well as the Xtura from one of the customers who helped lead the session. So there were real pros working on the mountain, and we had 3 different stations. The first station featured an Xtura that got stuck in the sand and had to be pulled out of there. And there we saw the difference between a rigid tow rope and a kinetic tow rope perfectly. We pulled it out with our standard front-wheel drive VW bus, a vehicle that's much lighter than the Xtura. And we saw that with the rigid rope, absolutely nothing happens. The VW bus's front wheels just dig into the sand as well. With the kinetic rope, it works great and it gets pulled out in one go, just like that. Also, as I said, by a vehicle that is significantly lighter. In the second exercise, we had an obstacle in the way. So what happens if there's a big rock in my way that I can't move by hand? And there we learned how to pull it away. It doesn't make sense to just tie something around it, hook it to the car and drive, because then I'm pulling it right into my path. Instead, I have to redirect it. We used a second vehicle for that, where we use the trailer hitch as a redirection point. But you can also use a tree, for example. That should always be protected accordingly, of course. Sleeping mats were recommended to put underneath. And then we saw quite simply how you can actually build a pulley system and then pull the obstacle to the side. Yes, the third exercise was that an Xtura vehicle stops on a steep hill and has to be recovered, and it can't go backwards anymore, but has to go up over the crest. It's not much use if we have a towing vehicle at the top and tighten a rope, because that would then go basically through the crest of the hill and would pull the Xtura right into the mountain. That's where our air jack came into play. This is actually an inflatable car jack that you simply put under the vehicle when you need to change a flat tire or something similar. And we just used it as a helpful redirection point or as an elevation for the rope. And it rolls along perfectly when you pull with the towing vehicle so that the rope isn't pulled directly into the mountain. By the way, the air jack and all the other tow ropes, shackles, eyelets, and so on that were used today could also be bought right here at the training. We put together some packages. For those who didn't grab them at the training, we're also offering the packages afterwards, of course. Yes, we were a huge group at the first recovery training and had a blast too. And then there was a final team challenge at the end. Specifically, a Dovra and an Xtura were each attached to a very long rope and slowly pulled by hand. And the winning team was the one that crossed the finish line first. There were heated debates about whether the Xtura and Dovra weigh the same. We said that on average there wouldn't be much of a difference. 12 people per rope, and it was a lot of fun. You did a light driving training today. Don't have your own Xtura yet. We can see the green badges. How was it?
Yes, first of all, thank you very much for this wonderful event and the wonderful experience that we're able to enjoy here in every sense of the word.
You mentioned a little bit earlier. Man, you actually didn't drive some of those sections yourself. But if you ever really...
I am truly very happy that I could join you for this ride, to witness firsthand that this vehicle can do so much more than what we were allowed to do here today.
I think you feel a bit safer because you've done it before.
Exactly, you have successfully done it, you have personally experienced it, and this entire organization, along with this incredible support from the instructor, it just takes away so much of your initial fear. I always honestly thought we would definitely tip over, beforehand, but no, not at all.
Spoiler alert, it didn't happen.
And of course we could. Well, given our current driving skills, we can't even begin to truly test the performance limits of this incredible vehicle. When we watched all the other people here today and saw exactly what they were doing with their cars,
then
it gives you even more of a feeling and you say, yes, this is a safe and solid vehicle and your gut is perfectly calm.
Going to the limits might not even be the goal, but you know, man, I can do this and that and maybe get to the place where I want to go.
Exactly.
As I said, you still have the green badges, no Xtura of your own. Did the driving training bring you one step closer to the Xtura?
Can we give a spoiler now? We were actually just on our way to see the gentleman who made us that offer, so that we could finally sign it.
Well then, let's bring this video to a close right here, say a quick goodbye, and I will see you in the next one. Yes, we really had a full program. When the customers came back in the afternoon from recovery exercises or driving training, we also had Thermomix demonstrations here with nice lemonades and all sorts of treats. And late in the evening, we also had a lecture about Morocco and then a campfire and really good music. Yes, we have many customers who really stay here the whole weekend, and it's a bit like an open parking space here, and we really have all kinds of vehicles with us, starting from the Xturas to panel vans, real off-road vehicles. Over there, we even have a fully integrated Lessmann Bischof. So here is really a colorful mix. Everyone is interested in the topic of 4x4. Some are already owners, some hopefully soon, and we're working on that. So we just walked across this area. It almost has a campsite character, and then we saw you beautifully in your chair in front of your Xtura. Have you already been to the driving training, or is that still to come?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
So the anticipation is rising.
Yes, more every day, and I'm thrilled, yes. And yes, restless, a bit restless already, yes.
What's done so far? You arrived yesterday already.
The day before yesterday. So excited about what awaits us. We thought if we watch, then we'll already learn something.
Yes, and you could ride along somewhere yesterday already, or were you at the recovery training? Was it interesting?
Yes, very, very. I have learned so much. And now I also understand why you need all these things. The shackle and the tow rope, the stable one and the soft one.
Yes.
Now I understand that.
Yes, it's not at all. Well, I mean, you will get to see for yourself the driving tomorrow. That's actually very straightforward, but with recovery, it's always good to receive some professional guidance and support. How long have you had your Xtura?
4 weeks?
Oh, not long yet. Is this the first trip now, or?
No. We were already in France for 2 weeks and tested everything thoroughly. And it's just beautiful.
Yes, we're standing here at the articulation point, and we want to show again that you can really see all our off-road brands here now. We have our Dovra with us. We drive the articulation point with the panel vans because the Xtura is a bit too long in the overhang at the back and bottoms out. The Norantz is standing at the back. It's exactly the same base as the Dovra and also the Xtura, but the panel vans just have a smaller overhang, and that makes the articulation work more easily. Up here, of course, beautifully spectacular with a wheel in the air. There you can see nicely now the wheel was braked. The 4 ETS kicked in, and all the power is redirected to the wheel on the ground, and that's exactly how we get through, even if one wheel is lifted completely off the ground into the air. So, Fredrik, you're also joining our event. You drove the whole way from Sweden to come here. We need the Dovra for the off-road training. How is it for you here?
It was really good days, and for us, it's super important to be here. We are building a car for adventure and to train people and see how they can realize their dreams is fantastic.
And this year we have 6 Dovra owners joining, so it's also very nice for you to meet the clients, see the Dovra in use, in practical use.
Yeah, that was really good. And they have explained how they use the car and tell us about their dreams and what they want to do in the future. So be here and see the dream come true is fantastic. And on this place, they can train to go off-road and get the confidence to do more than they did before.
So I really want to thank you that you support us on this event, that you came, and you will also come to Abenteuer Allrad, or Dovra will come to Abenteuer Allrad, joining us there. It's very nice to have persons from the brand on the stand.
Yeah, we look forward to be there, and we're going to be a whole group of people and have a nice stand together with you, and hopefully we're going to meet a lot of adventures.
Norantz is our new camper van brand from Spain, and they only build on 4-wheel drive chassis. There's the Mercedes Sprinter, like the one we see behind me now, or the man underneath. Norantz offers 2 models, the IPA and the EK. The IPA is driving behind me right now. Standard camper van layout, 6 meters long. I keep looking over there. That's our exhibition vehicle being driven across the track right now. We'll definitely have to give it a good clean later, and I hope it makes it back in one piece. The second layout that Norantz offers is called the EK, which is also exactly 6 meters long. A very special camper van layout with an L-shaped kitchen, and it doesn't have a bed downstairs, but the bed is integrated into the roof, which gives it an incredibly spacious feel. Yes, behind me we can see the EK driving there, and it's already quite muddy. Yesterday, Aymar, the founder of Norantz, who is very into off-roading himself and drives a lot, grabbed his vehicle and basically said, "What you're doing here is child's play. I'm going to drive for real now." And he got it really dirty, driving on tracks we didn't use in training, and brought it back in one piece, but completely covered in mud, inside and out. The inside looks just like the outside. He brought it back. So here we have Aymar. Aymar is the founder from Norantz. He's helping us on this event. He has Norantz and Mimobile, and he's the barbecue master. Today you joined the training a little bit.
Yes.
How was it?
Wunderbar.
Wunderman.
Wunderbar. Yeah, it was nice. People are learning a lot. Also, we have a little bit of a space to learn, so it's incredible.
I saw that you took your own car after the training.
Yeah.
And can you show it in the background? It's completely dirty. You said it's not enough for you, the training. You want to drive harder.
A little bit more, yeah.
So you're more, you have more experience in off-road driving.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Some years in the sector, so yeah.
But your car stayed safe. Everything was good inside.
There are little scratch, but it's a real life. It's off-road.
Good. So you have to barbecue further, so we don't disturb.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. So now we've gone through all the program points of our off-road driving training. Now the question is, of course, what's coming up in the future? We have some great trade fairs coming up again. Very soon now, from June 5th to 7th, the Abenteuer Allrad in Bad Kissingen. We'll be there on site with our own booth. We'll have 2 Xturas there. Both Dovras will be there, and both Norantz vehicles. So there's plenty to see. We also have a pretty big booth. We're quite close to Xtura, and that's where you can easily find us. A really great event we've planned as part of Abenteuer Allrad is our MyMobile get-together. That's taking place on Saturday evening. And for that, we've rented the Glider airfield in Bad Kissingen. We're actually allowed to stay overnight in our motorhomes on the airfield once more on Aircraft Parking Area 1. If the weather's exceptionally good and clear, we'll just conveniently set up a wagon fort outside. If the weather's bad, we've rented the tower with a restaurant inside, and the goal is simply, much like here at the off-road training, for our 4x4 customers to get together and chat in a very relaxed atmosphere. There'll be wine tasting and cheese, like a baked cheese to eat with it, typically Franconian. So very simple, but the main thing is the exchange with each other. By the way, you can stay overnight there, not just on Saturday evening, but during the entire Abenteuer Allrad. It's often a bit difficult to find a parking space in the lots directly at the trade fair. So you can stay overnight there the whole time. The shuttle also stops there. It takes 15 minutes to get to Abenteuer Allrad, and very importantly, please register in advance. The spaces there are limited, of course. so that we can just plan accordingly. The second event coming up is the Adventure Southside in Friedrichshafen. We as Mimmobil are taking part for the first time this year, also with our own booth. We'll have the Xtura and the Dovra with us, and then on site, we'll see, it's also new for us at this fair, what the atmosphere is like there. We look forward to everyone who comes to visit us there. Here as well, please feel free to book an appointment in advance if you have specific consulting needs, so we can schedule it for you. In general, for all events, more information is available on our trade fair website, including the registration link, or just give us a call. We look forward to meeting you soon, wherever that may be, at your home or at the events. See you soon. By the way, in 2027, we're planning another event like this, again over May 1st. We want to establish that as a tradition. Let's see how big it gets then. There are more and more Xturas and owners on the roads, so also more and more potential participants for our training.